The following may contain language that is not suitable for all audiences. Hey everybody, thank you for joining us here once again on the Low Fact Podcast. Would it be the new format edition?
Yes.
Anyway.
New format edition.
Dave and Matt.
Coming at you from the basement studio.
It's not a basement.
It is a basement.
It's the first floor studio.
It feels like a basement though.
What are you, Chris Cuomo?
Dude, it's all nice and quiet and stuff.
That's because it's super late.
Chris Cuomo. What a douche.
Well, he was another guy that was talking about how people needed to distance and be whatever, and supposedly when he was quarantining himself in his basement during Easter, he came out with his family to go visit his other family.
Well, I'm sure he had his reasons.
Well, yeah, but when he was seeing other people that were congregating in parks, he was calling them fools and telling them that they needed to distance. And I'm sitting there going, weren't you the one that was out fucking around when you supposedly had the coronavirus? So maybe he didn't. Maybe he was just lying. But anyway.
That's all these people.
I do want to make a small correction from the last episode where I said that law is, man-made. If you follow certain other philosophies, law is actually, such as the idea of natural law, then law is not man-made. So there you go.
Oh my God, you're right. Now you're talking about, who was it came out with it? Cicero.
Natural law?
Yeah.
I thought it was some Catholic thing.
Yeah, but it came from Cicero.
Okay. So what are we going to talk about today?
I thought your topic about flattening the curve was quite interesting.
Well, it wasn't my topic, but this, I guess, talk about the whole coronavirus is going to go on for
a while.
Probably many, many years.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about it for years, but we can talk about it for a few months.
Who, you and me?
Yeah.
I hope we don't talk about it for a few months because I'm pretty much over it.
Well, we can talk about how over it you are then.
But then that wouldn't me talking about how over it kind of mean I'm not really over it? Because if I were over it, I wouldn't be talking about it.
You might be over it, but wanting to talk about the stupidity of it.
But then I wouldn't be over it.
Good Lord.
What? It's true, right?
Okay, so you're over it then?
I'll talk about it because I'm not over talking about how stupid people are.
I mean, for a guy that's over it, you should talk about how angry it makes you a lot.
It doesn't make me angry, it makes you angry.
Well, it makes me angry, but I thought that you were angry about it as well. The people.
I'm angry about people. I'm angry that certain personalities show up on my TV screen incessantly talking about things, and I didn't vote for them. I don't think that they are particularly worthy of my esteem. And, they keep on coming up saying stuff, and I'm just sitting there going, I don't know.
So anybody that has any issues with these people should really just blame themselves.
Unless
if you voted for them.
If you voted for them, yes. If you voted for them and you have issues with them, then yes. But I think it would be a big confirmation bias type deal.
What do you mean?
I voted for this guy, so he must be great. So, nothing that a person would do in an elected position would make you feel like.
So do you think at any point that people that voted for them would disavow having voted for them? And say, oh no, I didn't vote for that guy. I'd lie about the vote.
You mean like the Kmart effect of my youth?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Nobody's shopping at Kmart, but Kmart stock is going off.
When I was growing up, no one would ever admit to shopping at Kmart.
Right.
Which is, I guess like Walmart now.
But everybody's shopping then.
No, Walmart's different. The Kmart thing was people just wouldn't like, no, I wouldn't be caught dead at Kmart. And yet, Kmart was one of the most successful retail chains around.
Shit, man, we had Kmart in New Zealand.
The Walmart thing is more of people looking down on the people that go to Walmart. So it's a little bit different.
That's another weird thing, too. Like, why do human beings like to look down on each other? Like, is that ingrained?
Must
or is
be.
it just some people?
Must
Because
be.
I feel like it's everybody.
Must be.
But is that like an evolutionary thing?
I don't know. You either look down on someone or you don't consider them at all.
I'm trying to think which is worse for me. Would I rather
Be looked down upon or not thought about?
I think I'd rather be looked down upon than not thought about.
Why? Why do you want to be so important to somebody else?
I don't know. I just the idea of someone just not even giving me a thought is disturbing to me.
That's a bit presumptuous, isn't it?
That I would presume to think that people should be thinking about me.
I suppose.
Yeah, it is presumptuous.
I mean, aren't you thinking pretty highly of yourself?
Shut up.
What?
Well, you already know me. You know I think highly of myself.
Yeah, but everybody does.
That's like a loaded question.
Everybody does. That I don't get that whole low self-esteem thing.
Like what?
Oh, that woman's of loose morals and will sleep with anybody. She must have really low self-esteem. I truly have never met anyone that I thought would have low self-esteem.
So why is it that what makes someone become a porn star then? It's not esteem. It's not self-esteem.
I'm just telling you my empirical data.
This is when we need a video when you make faces like that.
The people
you're having a stroke.
I never look like I'm having a stroke. The people I have met in my life, and there haven't been, I guess it would probably be into the thousands by now. I don't think I've met anyone that didn't think very highly of themselves. Is that different from self-esteem? I mean, we've got the time. Let's hash this out because we keep on dancing around a lot of subjects.
Okay.
Just dancing back and forth and sashaying this way and sashaying that way. And we never really get to the meat of it.
All right. So what are we getting to the meat of?
Your whole self-esteem thing. I don't think that people have low self-esteem. You think people do.
Yeah. Because I think self-esteem has to do with whether or not you have like a decent upbringing or not.
Wouldn't that just be upbringing then?
No, because the upbringing is what helps you to have like good self-esteem.
I know people that have had not so great upbringings, and they think that a lot of people are just complete total crap. Do you think they're just faking it?
Well, thinking other people are just a load of crap what does that have to do with self-esteem?
Well, they're okay. I'm sorry. I should have been clearer. They're putting themselves in a hierarchy, and they're above these other people that think that they're
And these are people that did not have normal upbringings.
I don't know about normal, but did not have privileged upbringings.
Well, I'm not talking about privilege. I'm just talking about well-balanced folks. Like, if you have come from so you've had some good parenting, you've got you're confident within yourself, so you got some good self-confidence going on, and you're taught to kind of believe, and you're taught to have a positive outlook, and you have a pretty well-balanced approach to things. I would say that strong self-esteem grows out of that. And if you don't, then you're kind of hiding something. Like if you've had a bad upbringing, or there's been some abuse or something involved, then it might look like strong self-esteem, but it's more likely to be like some kind of pronounced narcissism.
You're throwing around these terms like I know what they mean.
We know what a narcissist is, right?
I know.
Yes, you do.
I know what people say are narcissists.
A narcissist is someone that believes that the world revolves around them.
That's basically everyone I've ever met.
And that reality is going to shape itself around their view of the world.
Okay, so the second part, not everyone I've ever met, but pretty much the first part, everyone I've ever met.
Is a narcissist.
No, it's the first part, the world revolves around them.
No. If you are a you're not going to call yourself a narcissist, but if you are one, then your view of the world is very skewed.
Yes, basically everyone I've ever met.
No. So now I think you're just taking the piss.
No, I'm not pissing. I'm just kind of sitting here telling you.
But anyway, coming back to what I was saying, there's a distinction between narcissism and self-esteem. And so you don't think self-esteem has anything to do with upbringing?
It
Like
may.
valuing yourself?
Valuing yourself?
Yeah. I mean, if you value yourself, you're probably not going to go and like have a career in pornography, right? Or you're probably not going to be like some kind of like crazy ass junkie.
Well, I don't know that a junkie has any control over whether or not they can be a junkie.
Oh, what's he saying? It's something different.
Isn't that what we're supposed to be taking away from the whole drug addiction thing
They can't help themselves.
and the food addiction thing? Like overweight people, that's just the way you are. You can't help how you weigh. People that are addicted or who are addicted to drugs or have a predisposition to be addicted. There is a predisposition. It's not about willpower.
No, I don't think so. I think it has to do with. I think it comes down to self-esteem.
All right.
Because if you've got strong self-esteem, then you're not going to do something that's going to like could potentially like end your life or have very, very harmful effects on you and everybody else around you.
Well, now you have to connect self-esteem with self-preservation.
This deep dive is not going very deep.
As he chugged his black tea
In an aggressive fashion.
aggressively. Okay, that's good.
Yeah. I mean, so you don't think self-esteem has anything to do with upbringing?
I don't know. I did to be quite honest with you. I never think about self-esteem. Just like I never think about intelligence. Just like I never really think about anybody else. Which you could, I guess that could mean I'm very selfish. But
So it's funny when you make a statement like that. I always like my first little thing in my head is like
you're a narcissist.
No, it's like bullshit. Like that's what my head is saying.
You think that
Because I think about those things continuously, and I'm like, how can you not think about any of those things? Whether or not someone's intelligent or not.
Because I don't.
You don't.
No. I just kind of assume that they're probably about as smart they're probably about as bright as I am.
What if they're not speaking in complete sentences?
I rarely do too. Hell, when I talk, sometimes all I do is make facial expressions and gestures.
So if someone was sitting there not being able to put two words together and doing something real stupid, you wouldn't think, wow, I'm more intelligent than this person.
No. I might think, damn, that's one stupid person.
Okay.
But I would never have the thought of,
I'm more intelligent than them.
I'm smarter than that person.
Wow. Shit. Maybe I am a narcissist then.
Sounds like you're a little bit more into yourself than I'm into myself, and I don't think about anybody else.
Man, that's crazy, dude. Because I would say that I'm gonna take a stab and say that. Was that stabbing?
Yes.
That's some quick stabbing.
If it comes out of the mic, that's what it was.
Jeez, was that Speedy Gonzalez in a knife fight?
I don't know. Well, wouldn't he be speaking Spanish while he was doing it?
And the other day.
What are you, Zorro now?
No, I'm Speedy Gonzalez.
Well, hurry up, El Caban. What were you going to say? You're mixing up two things.
I know.
And I'm not even going to go there.
What are we talking about?
I don't know. You're the one talking.
Self-esteem.
Yes.
No, I had another thought, but I can't remember it now. Put me off with your fucking knife fighting.
You were taking a stab. Does that help?
No, it's gone.
Oh, how tenuous it is to... You have a very tenuous...
Oh, here it is. Okay. It's the number.
The number?
The number of people that think the way I do. And I'm going to say it's 90%.
It's your show. You can think whatever you want, I suppose.
It's a high number. I need a sweet.
Mr. Foley Man.
See, you're so much for this deep dive.
Well, we're pretty superficial folks.
I mean, I think so. What leads to self-esteem then? Being human?
I never really thought about it. I don't know. I just seem to notice everyone thinking very highly of themselves, and I was just like, okay, that must be self-esteem.
Mm-mm. Self-esteem is like confidence within yourself.
Isn't that just self-confidence?
Same thing.
I don't think so.
So what's the difference then?
I think self-confidence is confidence in yourself. Now, self-confidence is probably an assurance of your own abilities to do whatever it is that you're wanting to do.
Okay.
I mean, I may not be as confident as a paramedic to, treat certain things, but I think I could get along. I know about most stuff, if there's open wounds or gunshot wounds, you want to put pressure on it and get to somebody who knows what to do.
What does the pressure do?
It keeps blood from leaving.
So you just you keep the pressure on until you can get to someone who kind of knows what they're doing.
Well, especially if it's arterial.
Well, you know about tourniquets as well, right?
Tourniquets, yeah. I'm not French.
It's called a tourniquet.
Well, in America, it's called a tourniquet.
Whatever, dude. But I would say that self-confidence and self-esteem are definitely interrelated then, if they're not the same thing.
I don't think they're the same.
I disagree.
Fine. Why are you squinting at me?
I'm giving you the evil eye.
Well, maybe you shouldn't.
Why?
Well, don't you have weird stuff growing out of your eye because you've been, rubbing shit at them or something?
Oh, dude. My family might be listening to this.
Rubbing crap at them?
Why you gotta be such a dick?
Well,
Dickhead.
Well, when you win your war for independence, you can be whatever you want, I suppose.
Whatever, dude.
So, is that all that we were going to talk about?
I think so. I think the topic is the deep dive is we've drowned.
Well, okay, so, all right, that's cool. Anyway, thank you all for listening and tuning in. Hopefully we can start elaborating or elucidating some topics for you.
And please tell your friends about us.
Or your enemies.
Your enemies. You can find us. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say you can find us on SoundCloud, YouTube, Stitcher, iTunes, and we also have Twitter and Instagram accounts at Low Fat Podcast. So come find us and please share and tell your friends about us.